All right, let's jump right into a book that has truly changed millions of lives. Joseph Murphy's The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. We're going to break down the core ideas from this absolute classic and explore how, according to Murphy, we can all tap into this incredible force that's humming away just beneath the surface of our daily thoughts.
So, what's the big mystery this book is trying to solve? Well, it really kicks off by asking some of the most basic, fundamental questions that I think we all wrestle with at some point. I mean, really think about these for a second. Why does one person seem to have it all? A beautiful home, a great career, while someone else struggles her whole life and never seems to get ahead? Why is one person a genius and another just can't seem to catch a break? The book's big claim is that the answer isn't out there in the world, it's inside our own minds.
And that idea leads us to the book's foundational premise. Every single one of us is living in two worlds at the exact same time. There's the world around us, the one we see and touch, and then there's the far more powerful world within us. Now get a load of this number. Murphy argues that over 90%, let that sink in, over 90% of our mental life is subconscious. This is the part of you that built your body. It's the part that never ever sleeps. It's always on the job. And yet for most people, this incredible power just sits there, almost completely unused.
And this really gets to the heart of the problem he identifies. Most of us spend all our time and energy trying to change the world without, trying to fix our health, our finances, our relationships. We're constantly fiddling with the effect. But Murphy's point is crystal clear. The real cause of everything in your life is the world within. If you want to change your outer world, you absolutely have to start by changing your inner one.
Okay, so how in the world do you start changing that inner world? Well, the key, according to Murphy, is understanding this. You only have one mind, but it has two completely distinct and very different jobs. First, there's your conscious mind. That's the one you're using right now to listen to me and think about these ideas. It's your reasoning mind. It's the part of you that chooses what you read, where you live, who you hang out with. It makes all its decisions based on what your five senses tell it about the outside world. And then you've got the subconscious mind. This is the seat of all your emotions, your memories. And here is the most crucial thing you need to get. It accepts whatever your conscious mind believes to be true. It doesn't argue, it doesn't reason with you. It just takes the blueprint you give it and immediately starts to build that reality for you. It's the creative force. To really make this relationship make sense, Murphy gives us this brilliant metaphor that is just central to his whole philosophy. It makes everything click. Think of it like this. Your conscious mind is the captain on the bridge of a huge ship. The captain is in charge, directs the ship, and gives all the orders. Now your subconscious mind, that's the massive crew down in the engine room. They can't see where they're going, they don't question the captain's orders, they just follow the commands they're given and control everything, the boilers, the instruments, the whole shebang. If the captain gives good, clear orders, the voyage is smooth. But if he gives the wrong orders, well, that ship could end up on the rocks.
Okay, so if our conscious mind is the captain, how do we start giving better orders? This is where we shift from just talking about it to actually doing it, with some really powerful techniques for transformation. One of the simplest and honestly most effective techniques is called auto-suggestion. It's just a fancy term for suggesting something specific to yourself. And the process is so simple. First, you just get into a relaxed, sleepy, kind of drowsy state. When your body is still, your mind becomes way more receptive. Second, you repeat an affirmation, a short, simple phrase about your goal. And third, and this is the magic ingredient, you have to feel the reality of it. You imagine the happy ending so clearly that you actually get that subjective feeling of having already achieved it. Now, the book is just packed with these amazing little stories that show this in action. For instance, there's this story of a young university student right before Christmas. She's walking past a store and sees this beautiful, expensive travel bag in the window, and she wants it desperately for her trip home. So her first immediate thought is, oh, I can't afford that. But then she stops herself. She remembers this key lesson she learned from one of Murphy's lectures. Never finish a negative statement. You have to reverse it right then and there, and wonders will happen. This is that crucial moment, right? It's the captain on the bridge deciding which order to give. So instead of focusing on what she didn't have, she gave a new command. Standing right there on the sidewalk, she said to herself, "That bag is mine. It is for sale, I accept it mentally, and my subconscious sees to it that I receive it." She wasn't straining or forcing it, she just stated it as a fact, and then she let it go. And what happens? At 8 o'clock that very same night, On Christmas Eve, no less, her fiancé hands her a gift. And you guessed it, it was the exact same bag she had mentally claimed for herself that morning. Her subconscious mind had accepted the order and it brought it into her reality.
So why did this work? The book explains it's because she filled her mind with the feeling of expectancy. She didn't just wish for the bag, she fully accepted it as already being hers. Then she just released that desire to her deeper mind, trusting its incredible know-how to figure out the details.
And all of this brings us to the ultimate, most empowering conclusion of this entire philosophy. It's a simple but profound truth about the power that every single one of us has.
At the end of the day, this is the core message. It's not about your circumstances, it's not about luck, and it's not about fate. Every single thought you have is a cause, and every condition in your life is an effect. Your subconscious mind will faithfully reproduce and manifest whatever you habitually think about. So if you want to change your conditions, you must first change your thoughts.
And that really just leaves us with one final empowering question. Murphy urges everyone to start today, right now, to mentally and emotionally unite with the good you want to see in your life, knowing that the creative powers inside you will respond. So the only question left for you is, what wonders will you let happen in your life?